What's up, guys? So here we go. We are going to compare the Benchmade Bugout to all my other EDC knives that I have used active duty military and deployed. I just got back from a 7-month deployment with this specific knife right here, and I'm going to talk about my actual real world use with this knife along with comparing it to the others. So if you like this kind of stuff, stay tuned. What's up, everybody? Like I said, we're going to do real world use. I'm going to show you my experience with the Benchmade Bugout. So precursor, kind of before all this, is you're going to look at it and be like, wow, it doesn't have that much use and it's not that much wear and whatnot. So I'm pretty decent about putting wear on knives, especially EDC knives. Now, I have other ones over here on the side that I'm going to show in, but when people say, oh, you're not hard enough on knives or don't use them to their potential, this is a prime example. And no, this was not done purposefully for this. This was a hard use knife for almost 5 years. As you can see, reprofiled the blade got snapped off. It's just been used extensively, and that is exactly what all these are. Is just a tool, and it's meant to be used. So to get that out of the way of, yes, I use my knives. So specifically, this personally I think is my all-time favorite knife, and like I said in the intro, you did see a lot of different knives. Now, my first pick all the time was the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. This was my favorite knife. This was EDC'd all the time with myself through several different deployments until this one. And the reason why is I think they just found a decent balance with it of everything that is necessary in a EDC blade. It is extremely lightweight, and that's what I like about it. Now, is it going to be that good kind of prying knife? No, you shouldn't be prying, even though, as you can see, this one I might have accidentally done that in a bit of a pinch. But you shouldn't be doing that with your knives, but obviously it happens. Would this knife excel at that? No. This is a moderate to light duty knife because of how lightweight it is. Let's set that over here, and let's give a reference. So let's see, turn that on. Now, most people reference is how lightweight a knife is. Kind of the gold standard for me before I got this knife was the Spyderco Man-X 2 lightweight. This thing is still ultimately super lightweight, and I really enjoy this knife a lot. And this was a primary backpacking blade. But if I set it down, as you can see, it's 2.93 ounces, which is actually really good for the profile of the blade and how big the specific knife is. This is an outstanding knife. Now, actually, let's put that back on there so you can see the weight really quick. And then we will go back to this knife. Look at that. That's crazy, right? Crazy lightweight for what you get out of it, and that's why I like it. This knife to me disappears in my pocket. I know I'm carrying a knife, but I don't feel it anymore. It's not a burden. It's not weighing me down, even though, oh, it's just a knife. It's not that big of a deal. Over time, if you're doing a lot of stuff, every little ounce of gear counts after a certain time, especially me being military. I try to cut weight everywhere because I don't want to ruck it or hike it, so many miles or distance and ultimately not use it. That's terrible. Which I use this, but why would I pick something, say for instance this Benchmade, and you can see how heavy it is. That's almost 6-ounce knife compared to an under 2-ounce knife that'll probably do the same exact thing. Like I said, that other knife I just showed you, which was Benchmade, I used that many years before I kind of upgraded Spyderco. But just the lightweightness is great, especially the steel. The steel holds very well. The edge, you don't need to touch it up very often. I would say once a week I would touch it up with Spyderco sharpening stones, the V stones, which is called the Spyderco Sharp Maker, which is ultimately my favorite. It's like a small little sharpener that is easily portable. Reversible clip. The clip is a deep pocket carry, which is awesome. Of course, it's Benchmade's Axis Lock, which is really well known for its rigidity. Of course, they use it in many different blades that they make, and it is just an awesome piece of equipment that I will continue to use. So other knives, I guess, that kind of come close that I'm going to slightly compare to is Pacific Salt. So this is a Spyderco. I use this one a lot. This thing has been beaten and used in salt water quite a bit, and as you can see, it has not rusted at all. So now with that, this specific knife excel in this location of like salt water? Probably not, but just to compare, is even this knife is heavier than this one. So get to the price. I'm trying to get it wrapped up here so it's not very long, but this is about $115. They also make a blue version, which is really cool, and I wanted, but they were out of stock on Blade HQ with that specific one when I wanted this knife right before I deployed, because I wanted to shove 7 months or 8 months or however long I was expected to be gone of use into this knife. So once I get back, I can tell you about it. I was honestly, first impressions when I first picked this knife up, I did not expect it to perform this well. I immediately picked it up and I thought it was fake. I thought it was, you know, wow, this is gonna break so quickly, and just, man, I was not happy with the texture or the quality that I thought in my hands. Just because it's lightweight makes me think that it's cheap, but I can tell you for a fact right now, it is not. Just because it is lightweight does not mean it's cheaply made. This is an awesome knife, and I will continue to use it. So wrapping it up is, I highly recommend, if you have the money, yes, I get it, it is expensive, it is in the triple digits to get this, about $115, but it'll probably be the last $115 knife that you may ever buy, and that is pretty tempting, which is really cool. So if you guys kind of like this kind of stuff, this type of review or overview, real world take on what I use my tools and utilize all different gear, make sure you hit that like and subscribe, please, because there's a lot more gear coming up. There's all kinds of stuff that I've used, hard use, that is coming up in different videos, and I'm going to be showing you my real world experience with it. I'm not paid to do this. This is just fun. I enjoy this stuff, getting information out, and especially all the comments below, seeing all different people's comments on like if they liked it or not. Really cool. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and stay tuned, because we got a lot of stuff coming up. Y'all have a great day.